and eventually it's got to come down to, you can't put the financial burden on the children to be able
right.
to. You can't ask an 8-year-old child to come up with $2,000 to go to these events. When I was a kid, when I was going to these events when I was a kid, all of the money that I raised to get to them, I raised myself. I don't come from money in my family. They helped out where they could, but for the most part, it was just me saving up my money. Maybe I'd snap off a pool tournament that, helped me out a little bit here and there. But I drove to these events by myself. I bought the hotels there by myself. I bought my food there by myself. And at some point in time, maybe just the qualifiers and stuff like that, maybe at some point in time you can't ask them to do stuff like this. But even the first year that I was at this event in Rochester, we had to plug tables. They didn't even have the tables open for the kids. I remember actually doing the speed pool. I actually had to pay $1 for the table so that I could do the speed pool challenge. You can't ask. There's kids that are walking around there that are 5 and 6 years. I think the youngest kid that was there, at the time was Tristan Hansen. I think he was 6 years old. He's a Twin Cities guy, so you may actually have heard of him. But he was like 6 years old, and he's walking around with a change full of quarters because he has to. Every single time you play a match, you got to plug $1 in quarters into the table. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
From there on out, they were switched over to greens fees. But I mean, you're still paying $40 in greens fees, which is just absolutely mind-boggling to me that these organizations are going to run a pool tournament and then profit off of 8 to 12-year-old kids. It just blows my mind how that works.